Sweet.
There you go, mate. I might need to lower that seat for you.
Let me try it.
Give it a try, yeah.
Nah, it's cool. Just hope. No, it's cool. It's cool. I'm just gonna grab my bag. I just hope that I don't get used to having disc brakes.
Yeah. No, they are quite nice.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, no
Is that everything?
anything else George needs or James needs to go through for?
No, I don't think so.
Thank you very much, guys.
Anything that needs to sign after the bike over?
I don't know.
Cool. You got all my details anyway.
Have you signed the test drive?
Yep.
That's all good.
Yep. Sweet. Thank you very much, guys. Really appreciated.
I'm going to get that on.
Got me a courtesy bike. My God. This is what it's like to have a headset that works properly. I had to sign a form to say that I would be a good boy. So hopefully Cycle Republic don't watch this. Because I am anything but a good boy. Oh. This is quite nice, I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to prefer it to my Giant. I don't want to, because I've only got it for a few days. So I've got to say that I'm absolutely loving whatever the hell this thing is. It's got mechanical disc brakes, but they work well. These thick tyres make riding so smooth, and I'm pretty confident about going over bumps and up and down curbs, no problem. It's just a budget gear set if it ever focuses, but it works. That's probably because it's maintained, which you would expect for a courtesy bike in a bike shop. If it was my bike, I would change these to SPD, but the pedals are really grippy because it's got the knobbly bits on there. It's a triple chain set, so I can go up anything that I want, no problems. I think it's a girl's frame or a unisex frame, but it doesn't really bother me. I'd probably change the grips because they move a bit. You need the ones with the screws in them to keep them in place. Yeah, I mean, I've only done one shift. This is my second shift since I got the bike. But as far as I'm concerned, they can keep my Giant as long as they want, because this thing is it's smooth and it feels great to ride. I would put my Charge Spoon on there instead of that, although I've got no complaints about that, to be honest. It's just Charge Spoon is my favourite saddle of all time. So the guys in the shop said or suggested that it was a debranded Carrera Subway, and I've always wanted to have a go on a Subway because they look like quite capable bikes. But I was doing a little bit of Googling, and it looks like it might be a debranded Carrera Griffin, perhaps. But I think they're both pretty similar bikes, but either way, it's doing the job absolutely perfectly. It's a budget. It would be probably a perfect Deliveroo bike, if I'm honest, because it's cheap, it's low-key. I don't think it will attract too much attention, and it will do Deliveroo to the full extent that you could want it to, unless you're a hardcore racer. But I've said this a few times, what bike is the right bike for you to do Deliveroo on? And that happens to be the bike that makes you smile when you ride it. And this is definitely, if I had only two bikes, I'm leaving so I won't buy one, but if I only had two bikes, it would be my Giant and this one, because it's it's a capable bike. My Giant for sunny days, and this for whenever it rains or snows, or I don't know, if the conditions aren't perfect, I would definitely pick this over my Giant. But on a sunny day, you can't beat the Giant. It's just it's a smile machine. So I think the reason why I would say that this is a pretty much perfect Deliveroo bike is because it's a budget bike, but it's definitely upgradable. If it was my bike, I wouldn't necessarily do it straight away, but one of the things I would do is I would change the brakes to pre-bled hydraulic brakes, which are a pretty easy swap. Although I would have to double check that you can get the shifters with the brake levers, because that's a dual shifter brake there, so I'm pretty sure that wouldn't be a problem. So that's upgradable. The pedals are upgradable. The seat I've already got, so that doesn't really matter. But basically what you've got is a budget capable bike that is upgradable, and I think that's the key thing. That's what I would say makes it a pretty perfect Deliveroo bike. Do you guys sell the equivalent of this bike in here? Because I didn't know if it was a Subway or is it a Griffin? The other one it's seen?
Yeah, it's a Subway 1.
But how much is that? Because I definitely think this is like a perfect Deliveroo starter bike.
I don't think it's too expensive either. Subway 1.
Because I'm guessing you could upgrade to hydraulic brakes if you wanted to.
What's the Subway 2? Subway 2 is hydraulic.
Yeah. Subway 2 is 350, the Subway 1 is 300.
300. Nice.
So you might as well pay the extra 50 quid straight away.
Right, so I'm back on the Blue Beast. And she'll always be my favourite bike, but I've got to say the Subway 1 for 300 quid and the Subway 2 for 350 with hydraulic discs. You whack some mud guards on there, obviously put a drink bottle holder on there. I don't know if it comes with it, my courtesy bike didn't. Stick a quad lock on there, job done. Excellent bike, all weather. If you have the same tyres that I had on, I went up some muddy slopes and it went up there, but also they're not that bad for the road because they're pretty flat. You got some good road surface and it's pretty good for the bumps too. So I think personally, as a starter bike, a Subway 2 350 hydraulic brakes for the win.